It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily, episode 710, The Key Mental Habit of Simplicity by Babauta of Zen Habits, and&nbsp, and I'm Justin Malik, your very own personal narrator. Happy Monday, hope you're having a great start to your week, and welcome to Optimal Living Daily, where I narrate the best blogs I can get permission from to help you optimize your life. Today's post comes from Zen Habits. But before we get to it, thank you to FreshBooks for sponsoring this episode. FreshBooks, the cloud accounting company, lets you invoice people. You can also track all of your expenses and more. And you can try out all of their features for free for a month without entering a credit card. Just come by freshbooks.com/living and enter Optimal Living Daily in the How Did You Hear About Us section. For now, let's jump right in as we optimize your life. The Key Mental Habit of Simplicity by Babauta of Zen Habits, and&nbsp. I've written a lot about simplifying your life, from the philosophy behind it to the tactical steps to getting to simplicity. But the true key isn't in the steps, it's in our mental habits. For example, I could get rid of my physical clutter and simplify my day so that I have more space in my life, but until I address the mental habits that got me to a cluttered life, it would just keep coming back. So here's what I've learned is the key mental habit of simplicity: noticing the mind's tendency to want more and don't believe it. The mind always wants more, and at the same time, it wants less. There's a polarity in the mind that craves simplicity and craves more. Why does the mind want both? The mind wants more because it thinks that more will make it happy. It sees possibility in acquiring more, and it thinks that acquiring things will help relieve the uncertainty it feels. The mind wants less when it is feeling stressed and overwhelmed and just wants relief from that difficult feeling. It thinks that if it gets rid of stuff, there will be peace. Both are wrong, but they come from a good-hearted place. Why the desire for more and less are both wrong. The desire for more is wrong because, as we've all seen, you can get a bump of joy when you receive your new package in the mail, but it doesn't even last a day usually. Certainly not a few days. That dopamine hit of acquiring more is very temporary, and it doesn't make us happier over the long term. It doesn't actually give us what we're hoping for in life, nor does it relieve any uncertainty. Think about it. If you're worried about an upcoming trip, you'll research the destination, buy some new clothes or equipment to help you feel more prepared, make plans, and have everything set in place. The uncertainty doesn't go away. You've just kept yourself busy trying to get control as a way of coping with the stress of uncertainty. You get into a new hobby, excited by the awesome possibilities of it. Of course, you had to buy more things to enable the hobby, but that's okay because it's going to give you this amazing new life, right? Actually, your life might change, but it won't ever be what you were fantasizing about. Your mind just tricks you. You got that beautiful new outfit or bag or gadget, tool, whatever, and you think, oh, isn't life grand? But then your life returns to normal, and it's not any better, except now you're a little poorer, and you have a cool new thing in it to clutter up your space. So when the mind wants more, it is simply trying to find happiness or relief from stress. Neither actually results from having more, but that doesn't stop the mind from trying. On the other hand, the mind's desire for less is just a desire for peace, and that's not a bad thing. You get some peace, I think, when you reduce your possessions or commitments. Creating space is nice, but in the end, your mind still will find something to complain about. If it's not having too many things or too much to do, it'll be boredom or tiredness or irritating people who have too much clutter in their lives. The key is to change the mental habits. Changing the mental habits. Changing mental habits is pretty tough. You have to be hyper aware of your thoughts in order to change them. Still, none of us ever let a tough challenge stop us from taking action, right? The process is simple. Develop awareness of your mental habits over time. See what their harmful effects might be, stop believing the thoughts, make a loving effort to change them, and don't expect perfection. So with the mental habit of wanting more, you might just notice that you're online and researching something new to buy, or on Amazon or another shopping site ready to hit the order button. This is a good signal that your mind is wanting more in order to become happier and or relieve uncertainty. When you notice this, ask yourself, with credit to Byron Katie, number 1, what do I believe I'll get if I buy this? More happiness, less uncertainty? Number 2, is that belief true? Number 3, what effect does it have on me? Is it helpful to believe this or harmful? Number 4, what would I be like if I didn't believe it? So if I'm trying to buy some new travel gear, I might notice that I believe it will give me less uncertainty to get this gear. When I ask if it's true, I will answer, no, I know from experience that it isn't true. I'll still feel uncertainty. I'll also notice that this belief is harmful because it's filling my life with more stuff and emptying my bank account, and it's certainly not helpful. What would I be like if I didn't believe it? I'd be less intent on acquiring, more able to open up to my uncertainty, and find peace by not needing to relieve it. So I try to change it by saying to myself, you don't need this new gear. You know it won't relieve your uncertainty. Opening to your uncertainty with a loving heart is the way to go. Then I try to fully feel the uncertainty, loving it as much as I love chocolate or laughter, and feel the awesome beauty of life in the midst of the uncertainty. This is how we can change our mental habits, with awareness, with honesty, with an open heart, and with appreciation for the immense joy of life in the midst of chaos. You just listened to the post titled, The Key Mental Habit of Simplicity by Babauta of Zen Habits, and&nbsp. And big thanks again to my sponsor for today's episode, FreshBooks. I use FreshBooks. My favorite tools of theirs is expense tracking because that's something I've been doing for 7 years for personal expenses and business expenses. And their solution is much, much better than mine. What I like about it is how easy it is to use. It's very intuitive. The FreshBooks app lets you enter expenses on the go and take pictures of your receipts so you don't have to worry about carrying and losing them. It's a great way to keep organized. And then it connects to your account on the web, so if you're at home, you can enter expenses that way too. There are also reports, and it's all super easy to categorize and very intuitive. You can figure it all out without instructions, and that's just one tool that FreshBooks offers. Try all of them for free for a month without entering a credit card, so no worries there. Just come by freshbooks.com/living to try it, and when they ask how'd you hear about us, enter Optimal Living Daily. And I'll leave it there for today. Hope you're having a great start to your week, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.